The following is a Bergen-Fischer Studios podcast.
I can be really jumpy sometimes. I don't always know what's going to set me off either. Sometimes a noise that doesn't bother me one day will scare the pants off of me the next. When I get upset in this way, it's not always easy for the people in my life to figure out how or even if to approach me. So, last winter I was going through a terrible time emotionally. Just before Christmas, I lost my job without any warning. I was in a marriage that wasn't working, and I already suffer from anxiety and depression, so I didn't really need any more to deal with. This one night, I was cooking supper while exchanging text messages with another podcaster. She'd interviewed me for her soon-to-be-released show a few days earlier. Nothing terribly exciting about the exchange. She was new to podcasting, while I already had a few years' experience, so I'd offered to help her out in any way possible. As supper finished cooking, I went to the cupboard to pull out some plates, only to find that they were all in the dishwasher, dirty, of course. My anxiety was already starting to get to me, but I forced myself to stay calm-ish while I pulled out a few dishes so I could hand wash them. As I was drying the first one, I dropped it on the floor and it smashed. The sound of it pushed me over the edge. My wife immediately came to my aid and started cleaning up the pieces. And she told me everything's going to be okay, but everything was not okay. I went to the bathroom to sit on the edge of the bathtub and feel overwhelmed. I texted my podcaster friend, "Hey, I just broke a plate." She replied, "You can call me if you want." I said, "I don't want to cry right now." And she replied, "We don't have to cry." When I called her, she talked about nothing and everything. She just talked. She didn't push to see why the broken plate was such a big deal. She knew that it was a big deal, and that's all that mattered. I eventually told her, and she heard me. My wife swept up what to her were the meaningless pieces of an easily replaced plate. My friend knew that the pieces of that plate were precious to me. She didn't sweep them up. She sat with me while I mourned the loss. Have any of you had a similar experience? Send me an email. I'd love to hear about it.